G'day everybody, and welcome back to World of Tanks with Napalmer. And today, once again, this is another battle that I am calling, this time in the Chieftain, on a very unusual map. This is a new map added to the Clan Wars rotation list, and I can never remember the official name of it, Safe Haven. But nothing is safe about this map, I assure you. It is an absolutely terrifying map if the enemy team camps. And a lot of clans I noticed significantly struggled with this map during the Clan Wars campaign. What have we brought for this map? We've got an EVR 105 to get some early spots on the southern half of the map. Two Object 277s to push through the middle of the map. See if we can take some early positions. An Object 279 taking the ramp on the E line. And a lot of chieftains pushing through the south, but no time for any more commentary, because holy moly, the enemy team has completely blitzed through the city. They're on our cap. Panic stations, folks. This is all hands on deck. We've got to get back to the base as quick as we can. This is the one disadvantage to running this strategy. We have no information in the northern half of the city, and unfortunately, the enemy team here, or LIHKG, a bit of an unusual clan name, they've exploited the opportunity. See, our team, the call here is, right, get around, get the resets, get the focus fire out. Trying to get the focus onto the key targets with the capture points. Guna and I, unfortunately, suddenly become the focus fire target. I'm trying to get away from all the guns. Guna, unfortunately, taking a lot of heavy fire. Here comes the team trying to push in to help take the fire off me. Hit points not looking good for OKAMI right now, but we do have a lot of high DPM tanks, super conquerors, chieftains, able to get a lot of damage out early. I'm trying to run away as fast as I can. 277 Scarlet taking the inside of the building there, trying to kite the enemy into him. And the hit points starting to equalize in our favor, but still nowhere near the victory we need. Unfortunately, not able to get the connecting shot there, but getting the track so that Chan and the EBR 105 is able to. The hit points once again swing in the enemy's favor. We're down 2,000 HP now, not looking good, unfortunately. That being said, the position I'm in right now is very good at taking out some potential enemy targets, as it's relatively hull down. And it's going to come down to this game trying to get the kills where we can, because we're certainly not going to win by hit points at this point. Hit points rapidly running out. Able to deflect a shell into my tracks there, and still buy time for the rest of my team to get their tanks into the fight. Another shot into the 277, 3,300 damage, but that's all she wrote for Napalmer in the T95 FB4201 Chieftain. With now 3 tanks remaining for the enemy side and 2 tanks remaining for us, it's up to Iron here in the Chieftain to get the kill on Kuma Kid in the 277. He does manage to do that. Chan in the EBR 105 also getting his HP into the fight, trying to get the enemy to look at him rather than Iron Man, as he is obviously going to be a much more potent gun in the endgame. But unfortunately now, this is where it turns into the most awkward endgame it could possibly be. 2 clans fighting for their lives here, with an EBR 105 on the OKAMI side and an Object 277 on the enemy side. So now, Chan in the EBR 105 has to prove to his entire clan, who was watching on Discord at the time, that he deserves the right to call himself a professional player. And with this slow, sneaky little flank coming up by Chan, this is going to be the opportunity that he needs to get the reset. Gets the spot over the top of the concrete barrier, through the bush, but he can't quite get a shot. Unfortunately, his tank is too low to get the gun over the top. So Chan realizes that, okay, he probably needs to get a better angle if he wants to get that reset. He does have plenty of time. He's got 55 seconds, and the one advantage he does have, apart from mobility, is the element of surprise, as the Object 277 won't know where he's coming from. This is a very sneaky little approach coming out from Chan, completely flanking around over the high grounds that the 277 doesn't know where he is coming from. If he's able to get up into the northern corner of this map completely undetected, It's going to be a great position for him, but unfortunately with 20 seconds on the cap, now's a chance to get that reset. Pokes around the corner, 277 looking the wrong way, gets a connecting shell on the 277. Shan runs for his life, gets into the low ground, 277 unable to get that connecting shot. Shan getting a little bit of air there as well, definitely earning the style points this campaign. Now, with the hit points in Chan's favour, but only by one shot, he now has to deal with a half HP Object 277. 277 still not leaving the cap. He believes that that is the correct play to do, which, considering the amount of cover on there, certainly is not a bad call to make at all. Chan getting to this incredible position up here in the 9-0 line, able to use the concrete barriers and the bushes here to spot the 277. But when he pulls that trigger, he's going to be getting detected himself if he's not careful. There's the sixth sense going off, and now the Object 27 knows exactly where Chan is. It's going to come down to a test of wits, nerves, and skill, and maybe a little bit of high explosive. Why not, right? With all the time in the world, Chan opting to use a little bit of HE to whittle down the enemy's hit points, and slowly making these poking plays here in the bush. That time he didn't stay there. He baited the enemy into firing. Great play by Chan there. That baits the shot, allows him to get a safe returning fire. And now, with Chan in the EVR, slowly whittling down that 277's HP. It's a game of cat and mouse. 277 blind fires Chan's position. Chan returning with another HE shell. Now with a 571 HP lead. This is looking a little bit better for Chan, but he still has to close the kill off, and he is slowly running out of high explosive. That means that he's going to have to use heat shells to pen a hull down Object 277 that knows his position. This is certainly not going to be the easiest task in the world. As you can see there, not able to get the connecting shot. You might have the element of surprise, you might have a bush, you might even have a concrete barrier to protect you, but if you can't pin a hull down 277, this game is going to go up in flames very quickly. Chan opting for another HE shell, very nearly gets a returning via the wheel, absorbing that shell. Being the front left wheel, was able to actually absorb it on the retreating fire, and beautiful heat shell into the 277. 277 now down to a one-shot. Chan absolutely stoked about that result. Chan pulling off the victory, and absolutely incredible play by Chan in the EBR 105. And folks, looking at the post-game results that game, while I had a decent game myself, 3,300 damage, I gotta say the victory is entirely due to Chan here in the EBR 105. 5,100 damage. An absolutely insane result for any tank, but for an EBR 105, absolutely mind-blowing. And considering that winning 1 versus 1 with a HP disadvantage in the endgame, this was probably one of the finest Clan Wars replays that I have had the privilege to present. In fact, I was so impressed by Chan's ability this game, I personally requested to the OKAMI officers that we focus on getting Chan a reward tank, as he was not in the leagues at the time, or even close for that matter, to get a reward tank. And I am happy to announce that Chan, with a lot of effort and a lot of perseverance, was able to earn a chieftain this campaign. So well played, Chan, well played to the entire OKAMI clan in that game. Absolutely fantastic result, considering that that strategy certainly caught even myself off guard. And well played to LIHKG for running a very unusual strategy, bringing those version 4s, smashing their way straight into the base and catching us off guard. Bit of a very unusual strategy, but it almost worked for them, and if it wasn't for the teamwork by OKAMI, this battle could have ended very, very differently. Checking out the detailed report that game, I did make a little bit more profit than I probably would have, considering that, well, I didn't do the carry that Chan did. That being said, though, 29,000 with a clan boost on is not too shabby, but we cannot take away from the absolutely insane result that Chan Chan had this battle. Well played to you, Chan Chan. 100 defense points, absolutely insane. And if you're watching this, I congratulate you personally, sir. Little tip of the invisible cap there. And folks, if you want to get a masterclass, check out Chan Chan sometime as a bit of inspiration on how to win the successful light tank 1 versus 1. That's it for today. We've got a couple more Clan Wars replays coming up in the near future. None quite as insane a result as that. So stick around. Make sure you send your replays through to me if you want to see your replay featured here on this channel. But until next time, have a great day, folks. I'll see you then.